Hey everybody, Gnoblar here with another update video on the Revenant Titan build series. I realise it's been a while since I've posted a video on this bad boy. A couple of reasons for that. I've been away on my holidays, which is very nice, but also the stuff on the model that I've done since I last spoke to you, which I think the last video I posted was how to magnetise the head so that he can look in different ways and stuff. Since then, it's pretty much been the weapon systems, posing those, and also the back fin. So I'll run through what I've done since the last update. So what I've done, the major one I did first was the rear fin, the hollow fin, which is responsible for producing the Titan's kind of major defense mechanism, the hollow field, to make it harder to hit. So basically what happened there is I've not magnetized that piece. If I get some good lighting on it and try and focus, you can see that that's green stuffered in, and basically that was because the kind of slot in the back of the Titan slightly too wide to take the fins. So if I did magnetise it, it would need to be it would be really wobbly basically. But also it's not something that I ever really envisage taking off. Yeah, it makes the body a bit bigger and a bit more awkward for transport, but I mean otherwise it's never going to get destroyed. It's not like an arm that I can take off to show that it's no longer in the game and that kind of thing. So what I've done there, that's pretty much just been glued in and then green stuffed in the crack. End of story. The only thing to note there was with resin, a lot of the resin kits that you might end up buying, or even some plastics, you might notice that certain bits like spears or like really long weapons and stuff like that, they might be bent out of shape. So what you need to do, or what I did in this instance, was a couple of these fins were a little bit off centre, so you can see there's a clear line that they should be taking and all kind of line up, but like this one was over to the left a little bit and the bottom one was over on the other side, so it kind of came down and didn't really look like natural or proper. So all I did was run those bottom couple of fins under the hot tap in the sink, and at the same time had the cold water tap running. So what I could do is I could warm up these sections, these resin sections, just to the point where I could bend them to the right angle so that they're straight with the other pieces, or as close to as you can get. And then once you've got that angle right, quickly just run it under the cold tap, reset the resin so that it's more rigid again. Just keep running it under the cold tap until you're sure it's cooled down. Leave it, and it should kind of set again in the new position. So that was the only thing I needed to do on the fin, was just heat up a couple of fins and bend them back into line. But the major bit, and this is the bit that took a while after I got back off my holiday, was posing the pulsars. These weapon arms are a pain in the bum. Mainly, again, because they're long, spindly weapons, they bent. So I had to do the same thing I did on the fins, warm up the kind of barrels, straighten them out, and then set them down again. So that took a while to get perfectly, well, to a level that I was happy with. And then getting the arm, so the kind of the shoulder mount section, so that I was happy with the pose. But again, me being me, like here's one of the major poses I've done, is kind of the torso straight, looking pretty much straight forward. The head, as you know, can go either way. But this is kind of the straight, looking straight ahead pose, in inverted commas, sorry, or the hands holding the camera. So in this one he's not aiming his weapon at anything, he's just kind of surveying the battlefield, getting his balance after kind of just landing on the drop pod or just about to leap off the drop pod. Basically just got his arms out for a bit of balance, but not taking a shot at anything. But as you know, me being me and trying to magnetise this kit as much as I can, especially the stuff that's probably going to have to come off when I transport the bugger, I tried to magnetise the arms. This one didn't go so well. So this one, the attraction on that arm isn't as strong as the other one. So this one's just a little bit wobbly, but I can pose it. And then this one is much better. So I can, for example, I can bring the arm up, twist the body round, so he's looking round to the left, or his right, I guess. Twist the head round, so he's aiming down the shot. Move the other arm down a bit. So then, all of a sudden, as well as being easy to transport, I think that's a much cooler pose. Kind of taking his position on top of the drop pod for whatever reason. Taking a shot down the cannon, down the line, at whatever he wants. Pretty cool. So I'm happy with that. Like I say, it was a pain in the arse, and the other one, the joint's not quite strong on this arm, so that I don't have quite the range of movement. It can pretty much move up and down a bit, but like I say, I think I'm happy with that kind of pose, because the two main poses I wanted was taking a shot at something, and then, you know what you can see there, wobbly as hell, and then kind of looking straight forward. So happy with those two poses. I think they're the only ones I really wanted to get out of it. And then, ooh, Christ, it's a bit wobbly until I get him on his full plinth base. And then the other benefit, as you know, the whole thing comes apart for transport. So a little bit wobbly until I get him on his base, which actually arrived in the past few days, so I can show you that whilst we're on camera. Why not? So, and this was a chap, I believe his name was Paul, at woodenbases.co.uk. A couple of different styles. You can have it in kind of finished mahogany or kind of matte black finish. And again, you can have a couple of different shapes, profiles of the base. I decided to go for a couple of lips on this one. I didn't want it to just be a straight kind of lid shaped base like that, just flat, for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted a lip to be able to get hold of so that I can pick the bugger up on a battlefield, so that I don't have to pick it up by the model, I can pick it up by the base. So once that's on and secured to that base, it should hopefully it'll be a lot more stable, because as you've seen, he's a little bit wobbly at the moment, but not a big issue, because he's hardly ever put together. So once he's on that base, I might try and strengthen that magnet join up on the Titan's left arm, the right side as we look at it, just so that it doesn't wobble quite as much. So that might mean digging the magnet out and putting a more powerful one in. We'll see as time goes by. It might, hopefully once the green stuff's all dry and I can clean the magnets up, maybe it'll be a stronger bond and I won't have to bother. But we'll see. So that's what I've been up to, guys. I'll try and put them back together in the brief couple of moments we've got off camera. I won't put the whole head on, you can see the heads on there. I'll put the front bit on for you. There you go. The wobbly-ish arm. Oh, his head came off. And then the better arm. So there you go. So that is what I've been up to since I last saw you guys. Hope you're enjoying the build video so far. Sorry if I'm waffling on a bit. These are kind of ad hoc and see wobbly as hell. I really am going to have to do something about that weapon. That's really annoying. But there you go. Things, as you see, guys, everything's not as smooth as I make out in the videos. I am coming up against problems. But like I said right at the beginning, I'm happy that I'm coming up against these problems now rather than when I do the big Phantom Titan. So thanks for following along, guys. Thanks for keeping in touch. And again, any questions, just leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer them. Cheers. See you guys again soon.